Hey, Shalom, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakarium, Shah Yasha'Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Now, this video comes from, this is Bloomberg Television. You know, I follow Bloomberg News. You know, I follow him on YouTube, you know, keeping up on the financial end of this beast system here. You know, as you can see, Bitcoin hit 70,000 today. Now, this is an all-time high. This is an all-time high for Bitcoin, right? And apparently, you know, I know about the ETFs, which is similar to a mutual fund. You know, they've been around for a while. They pretty new on the scene, so they competing in that area of gathering a bunch of stocks under one umbrella, sort of like a mutual fund. But they looking more towards the crypto era. Now, what I find funny about this, you know, you're gonna watch the report. You know, they're gonna speak on some big guys. One of them is BlackRock. Now, apparently, BlackRock has bought a bunch of ETFs. No, which is now shooting down. They predicting for Bitcoin to go up to $100,000. Now I'm bringing this up. Why? Because now that we're going to see the dollar disappear right before our eyes, they're going to have to build some trust around this this cryptocurrency. They're going to have to build a lot of trust, because you can't take something off the market like this and then replace it with this MOTB, which people won't understand, but they will be tempted once you tell them about the universal basic income. Well, they're going to figure like, but how can you have income you can't see? But if you got all the major guys like BlackRock behind it, look up BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard. These the big guys. If you think somebody's big, they ain't bigger than these guys. They run everything, every corporation business up under these guys, as well as military. Okay, guns, everything run through them. So now that you got these guys involved, this is the perfect setup for them to start moving towards this central bank digital currency. Because I find it odd today on Friday, Bitcoin hits as high as 70,000. This thing was inching on 60-something thousand, maybe 2 years ago, before it went all the way back down to 20. I know, because I've been watching this thing for years. And then it struggled for a minute. Now it's back up to 70,000 and climbing. So they saying this thing may hit 100,000 by next week, now that BlackRock is involved. So we know that this devil is up to something, so we can see this whole digital system being set up right before our face.
Right there on ETF flows, though, and you see it just how much BlackRock has been beating the pack. Explain how much love you're getting for the industry.
I mean, this is really unprecedented, Shanali, to see this much money poured into new ETFs. The ETF industry has really never seen 10 funds launch all at the same time with an identical strategy. And it hasn't even been 3 months, and we're already seeing about $9.4 billion of net inflows into the space. That's despite the over $10 billion that have been pulled from Grayscale's ETF. But so excluding Grayscale, every ETF has taken in positive inflows for the year. And I think that's really why we're seeing people get so bullish and optimistic and push Bitcoin up to this all-time high, because there really is demand here for these funds. I think it's taken a lot of people by surprise just how much money has gone in.
Well, one thing that's surprising to me is how rocky of a week it's actually been for Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. You saw it hit a fresh record earlier this week, or at least surpass its old highs. You saw a big sell-off at that point. Then you see a new high at 70,000. We have retreated from that again. So how do investors really think about riding at the top here? We have still seen a lot of inflows just this week.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen the inflows, and it's interesting because after these funds were approved, we did see Bitcoin come down. So it hasn't been like, okay, all of a sudden the funds were approved, Bitcoin is now near 100K. It's kind of been a slow grind higher. But, you know, I was speaking with Franklin Templeton. They have a spot Bitcoin ETF. They said they're seeing a lot of demand from RIA and retail investors, people who maybe through a 401k, an account that they couldn't get that exposure to. Now they're using this ETF as a vehicle. And again, the flows speak for themselves. There is demand. There are people buying despite the volatility.
Now, this is early in the year. Mind you, we just about to hit spring. Daylight savings time is this weekend. A lot is moving. So they got a lot in motion. Now, yes, there will be an inner working to that MOTB. It won't be just, a grain of rice in you and you walking around and it's beeping off and you handling transactions. There's a whole infrastructure built for this thing to work and for you to be able to, for these people to feel like they in some type of control of their bank accounts versus the dollar. Because the puzzlement about these people is like, but how can I depend on it? How can I count on something I can't see? So if they put in everything behind this cryptocurrency, everything behind the whole blockchain, the tracking, going all the way back to the digital system, to the point where you can evaporate banks and ATMs. If you want to check on your account, you go right to your computer. Your MOTB will show you your amount you get every month. It'll show you how much you got left to spend. Everything is being tracked through the system. If they show you how properly and how trustworthy this thing can work, people are going to fall right into it. They're no longer going to depend on having that cash in their pocket as a security, especially when you got all the big guys. And if you're checking out the spot for gold, gold has been at its highest. But who's really buying the gold? The gold is not just going up because the regular citizens are buying the gold. The big guys are jumping into the gold because they're going to throw all the trust of this whole system behind the gold. And this is going to be worldwide. This is not just, this is worldwide. It's going to be a worldwide digital system. That's why, it's very important, to look at, the business news and see how they moving, because the World Economic Forum is just what it is. It's an economic forum. So all this will be about the new economy, which is the emerging of the new world order. So we know the script, we're going to get it in a minute, but you can see the market was going into top stories. Okay. This is here, some crypto coin news. This is BlackRock, Bitcoin, ETF. BlackRock wants to buy spot Bitcoin ETFs for global. See that? Global allocation funds. Remember, this is going to be a global takeover. There will be one currency. Now, they didn't say they're going to use Bitcoin. They didn't say that. You got a lot of coins out there. One coin that they said does everything that they need is Ripple. Ripple was the one I was checking out more about last year. I haven't heard much on Ripple, so I'm gonna dip my head over there and see how they doing. But I know they said Ripple can handle all the future transactions like a dollar would. Okay, but they moving this Bitcoin back up. BlackRock's Bitcoin draws record influx as coin reaches 69,000. So you can see that was a few hours ago. That was 2 days ago. That's the one they were speaking about 2 days ago. This one was 9 hours ago. Is this the real $90 trillion reason behind BlackRock's huge Bitcoin ETF flip that triggered the price boom? You see what's going on? Because when you put somebody like BlackRock, like I said, check BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, and you're going to see that's the least behind that. BlackRock's ETF breaks net inflows records. Will the bull run continue? Well, we're going to see. We keep an eye on this. So, you can see so on and so forth. A day ago, 23 hours ago, it just goes on and on. Okay? So we coming closer to the end, and all this is needed. You need this, for the system to properly run, because remember, rich or poor has got to take this thing, and you're going to have a lot of people like Floyd Mayweather, they're being enlightened on it now, how to trust the system. But a lot of this is going to be like, okay, yeah, you got to do it, but how can I trust it? How can I capitalize off it? Can I invest it the same way? Can I move it around? And for them, and Bitcoin is very funny. It was very sneaky how it came out, and how they put the trust of the public behind Bitcoin. They just skipped over the banks with it, right to the people, gave people a lot of confidence with just investing from their home and making money off it and trusting that whole blockchain and that mining system they set up, man. So that was thrown out there by the elites. So this is the script, very famous scripture right now. They're going to start shutting down the net behind this scripture here real soon, man. Revelations 13 and 16. It's going to be outlawed real soon. He calls it all. Oh, this is the new system. This is Esau. This is going to be the beast, man. The EU, NATO, with Britain, America, and the Vatican is going to be standing behind it. The Vatican is going to deal with the religious and the political sector of this thing, man. So they are going. It says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor. And one thing about the rich, they're going to take it, right? But they're going to have more questions than the poor. They just not going to take it and just jump in line and start eating like poor people do. They don't care what's going on because you're just happy to get a universal basic income. But you're not going to be able to bribe the rich with that because they already millionaires. So they want to know about, how can I trust it? How can I move it? Who's backing it? So that's why they bring in the big guys up front, because they're going to be asking more questions than the poor. So it says rich and poor, free and bound. Free people ask more questions than people that's in prison. To receive a MARK, which is a charagma, a Carax. The Carax is the syringe that's going to inject that device into your hand, your power hand. It don't have to be just your right hand. Your left hand is considered a power hand when you go into the Greek for hand. And it's going to go, Salakia, and it's going to go into your head, okay, as it's going to say, and into their forehead. Some people will be able to scan their forehead, and it's going to do the same thing that the one in your hand is going to do. And that no man might buy or sell, because this is all going to be about survival. How do you buy or sell now? You go to work for the dollars. Now you're going to go to work for the cryptocurrency. You no longer need a wallet. Why? Because you're the wallet. You no longer need social security cards. Why? Because you're a social security card. You're the credit card now. You're the telephone now. You're a walking digital system connected to the internet of all things. That's why they got to put the money into the internet, because they putting your ass in the internet. So it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save or accept he that had the mark and the name of the beast and the number of his name, which is the whole vibration of the system, man. Your mind, control, everything. You've given up once you take this, man. So in other words, you believe in the future of this place. You think this place is going to go on forever and ever and ever, and that this man is your master and your God. So you took it, not knowing that the Lord will be on his way real soon once they implement this thing. So, hey, I was just on my spirit. Bitcoin is back. We don't know if that's going to be the choice that they're going to run this thing on, but it would definitely be some form of coin that's going to be very popular that they're going to back and get behind. So giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahak Wadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom, Labakariam, Shah Yasha Allah. Shalom.